What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you in dress uniform? I found out during the base commander's retirement ceremony in front of 500 people, including generals from the Pentagon. It was June 2018 at Fort Bragg. Colonel Harris was retiring after 30 years of service. Huge ceremony planned. Full military honors, guest speakers, media coverage. The whole dog and pony show. I was selected as part of the honor guard. 6 soldiers in perfect dress blues, standing at attention during the entire 2-hour ceremony. Biggest honor of my career so far. Spent 3 days preparing. Uniform press so sharp you could cut paper with the creases. Boots polished to mirror finish. Every brass button gleaming. Hair trimmed to regulation perfection. Morning of the ceremony, final inspection in the barracks. My squad leader Jake walked down the line checking every detail. "You look outstanding," he said. "Don't mess this up." We marched onto the parade field at exactly 0900, positioned ourselves behind the podium where all the VIPs would speak. Perfect formation, rifles at present arms. The ceremony began beautifully. National anthem played, everyone stood. Color guard presented the flag. Guest speakers took turns praising Colonel Harris's distinguished career. About 45 minutes in, I started feeling something odd. A slight tugging sensation around my waist. Figured it was just the tight dress belt. Ignored it and stayed focused. But the tugging got stronger. Then I heard it. A tiny ripping sound. My stomach dropped. Something was definitely wrong with my uniform. I couldn't look down without breaking military bearing. Had to stand perfectly still while whatever was happening continued to happen. The tugging sensation spread from my waist to my leg. That's when I realized the horrible truth. The seam on my dress pants was splitting, slowly but steadily, right down the side of my left leg. With each minute that passed, the rip got bigger. By the 1-hour mark, I could feel cool air hitting my leg through the growing hole. Panic set in, but I couldn't move, couldn't signal for help. Had to stand there and hope nobody noticed. The ceremony dragged on. More speeches, more presentations. Meanwhile, my pants continued their slow-motion destruction. The rip extended from my hip almost to my knee. Then came the moment I'd been dreading. Time for the honor guard to march forward and present arms to the retiring colonel. We had to walk directly in front of the entire audience. Jake called the command. Honor guard, forward march. 6 of us stepped off in perfect unison, marching toward the podium where Colonel Harris stood waiting. Halfway there, disaster struck. My left pant leg finally gave up completely. The entire side seam ripped open from waist to ankle. The fabric flapped in the breeze like a flag. Underneath, my bright white underwear was visible to everyone. 500 people watching, including my parents who'd driven 8 hours to see their son in the honor guard. But military discipline is a powerful thing. I kept marching, kept my head up, maintained perfect formation despite looking like I'd been attacked by a wild animal. We reached the podium, executed our movements flawlessly, and presented arms. Colonel Harris tried to keep a straight face, but I could see him fighting back laughter. The crowd was less subtle. I heard snickering from the audience. Someone's kid pointed and said loudly, "Mommy, why is that soldier's pants broken?" After the ceremony, my first sergeant found me behind the barracks, still in my destroyed uniform. He was holding a safety pin and shaking his head. "Son, that was either the most professional display of military bearing I've ever seen or the most spectacular uniform failure in base history. Maybe both." Turns out my dress pants were from 2005. The fabric had weakened over 13 years of storage and cleaning. The tight fit combined with standing at attention for 2 hours created the perfect storm. The base commander heard about it and called me into his office the next day. Handed me a certificate that read, "For exceptional composure under unusual circumstances during the Harris retirement ceremony." It's signed by him and Colonel Harris. Below their signatures, someone had drawn a tiny picture of ripped pants. Harris kept that photo from the ceremony where you can see my flapping pant leg. He sends it to me every Christmas with a note saying, "Still the best honor guard presentation I ever received."